Chargers. Are you ready for some football? It's the Minnesota Vikings and the Los Angeles Chargers, and it comes your way next on Madden Football.
We are just a couple miles east of the LAX airport, just off the 405 and the 105 at the beautiful SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Now, Charles, you and I, we've done a lot of games together. Always seems like we're rehashing the same storylines. Turnovers, of course, always a big story. Quarterback play, running backs, yada, yada, yada. But getting ready for this one word kept coming to mind, and that's preparation.
Well, it's critical to be prepared physically, mentally. When you think about getting ready for an NFL game, you have to wonder, what will they throw at us that maybe we haven't seen before? 2-minute drill, maybe different things like that. Got to be prepared. You're exactly right.
The kicker, Will Reichard, has the ball on the tee. And we are underway in Southern California. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Here are the Chargers ready to go on offense, led by their first-round pick in 2020, the man out of Oregon, Justin Herbert.
And it certainly hadn't taken Herbert long to earn his status as one of the league's best and most entertaining passers. Locked and loaded at every snap. And the second he sees an opening, that ball is soaring downfield. You better be on your toes against him on defense. The second you turn your head, he'll burn you.
And his first look is incomplete.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
Here's 2nd and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. To the right side and complete to Hurst. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Herbert. That ball caught by the rookie from Georgia. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the first on the 35-yard stripe.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. They'll be led out by a Southern California kid. Played his college ball in L.A. at USC. At quarterback, it's Sam Darnold. They go play action here on 1st down. That's caught downfield. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. You can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. They'll try the right side with Jones. He'll take this to the 46.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
From the 46, here's 2nd down and 7. Back to throw, Darnold. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's third down.
And I think he was a little surprised to see the ball sitting out there like that. That's a ball he had a chance to come away with, but it winds up an incomplete pass.
And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is third down. Here's Darnold. And the tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the first. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a fourth down situation.
That was a good effort there trying to do it on his own, but as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you, and if you take off too quick to try and get him down, he might loft it over your head.
So better to track with your man defensively than try to go up and make a stop on the quarterback.
Exactly right. What you're hoping is that your guys in the front seven can get him down.
And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Chargers get set to go here for their second drive. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
On the run, this is J.K. Dobbins. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. They went 3 and out on their first drive. Things already looking better here, 1st and 10. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only they're controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon.
A lot of times it's that first read that you had. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
2nd and 10. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big third down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Short throw to Disley. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and he passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
The Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Sometimes I forget how much information he has to go through before the ball's even snapped. But what a diagnosis right there. Saw the play, shot through the gap like a rocket, ends up spilling it for a loss.
2nd down, another shot for Jones. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play. More from L.A. in a moment. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. From the gun on third down, here's Darnold. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
That's about it. Man coverage on the outside. I expect we'll see a lot of that from this defense as this game moves on. And that was a good job there as that one was knocked away.
So on fourth down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. It's taken in by Quentin Johnston. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Sacked by Andrew Van Ginkel.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Third down and 10. Now it's Herbert. That one complete to McConkey. And the tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the first. So 8 yards on the completion there, and it'll be 4th down. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Charger football to start quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 4th down coming up. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fair catch taken right at the 10-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. Here's Darnold. This one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Now it's 2nd and 10. Up the middle, Jones. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. Going to get a break here for an injury. Aaron Jones is in some discomfort down on the field. More from L.A. in a moment. Here's 3rd and 6. Now it's Darnold. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. It's Khalil Mack that time, shooting in there to get him to the ground.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball on this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone they can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
And here's Ryan Wright now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out of there. Returnable here for Davis. A 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. And the Chargers will be set up pretty well as they take over in great field position. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Herbert now. Over the middle and caught by McConkey. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Breaks a tackle. And he gets it to the 32, good enough for a first down. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
They'll run. This is Gus Edwards. And he's got it down to the 28.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Now a 2nd and 6. Here's Herbert. He'll check this down to Dobbins out of the backfield. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And 3rd and 1 now.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a first down. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Back to throw here, Herbert. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And the Chargers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
Well, normally you see 3 tight ends in a formation. You have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or 2 towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, LA. Josh Palmer from 6 yards away. And the Chargers post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, Bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. And able to get this out to the 25. And now out comes Minnesota. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Open man downfield, it's Naylor. Touchdown, Vikings! Jalen Naylor, 75 yards. And the Vikings are on the board here in the final minute of the first half. I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that. Man, one play, 75 yards, end zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, one play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. One play, 75 yards, 6 points. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Chargers going to take over now late in this first half. And with a little under a minute to play, they may be looking to pick up some yardage here, maybe try and come up with a field goal to seize the lead before intermission. Here's Herbert. They'll get this over the middle here to Palmer. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Second down and 6 now. Looking to throw. Herbert, short throw underneath to Hurst. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Third and 3. Out of the gun, Herbert. Pass taken in by his big tight end. Chargers going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Again, Herbert. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that will bring up second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for the offense.
That one a first down pickup of 8.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
A shotgun snap for Herbert. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Nifty running there, but it'll come on what should be the final play of half number 1. So a touchdown apiece. That's what we have the show at halftime as they head to the locker room. 7-7 our score. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. They're all even to this point. This has the feeling of a game that could go right down to the wire. One mistake or one big play could turn out to be the difference.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Set and ready to go for the second half. One touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the third quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one. And we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee-wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he powers his way up past the 30. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Darnold. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
Off of play action, Darnold. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Khalil Mack picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. I think a lot of time when we see a sack, you say, well, you blame it on the offensive line, the quarterback, but here, maybe you just tip your hat to the defender. What a play.
Yeah, and I think sometimes they just get a sense of the play before the ball's even snapped. Kind of like a sprinter anticipating the gun in a race. They're off, and guess what? The quarterback's down.
An inside give to Jones. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. A sizable gain there, 9 yards as they get it back to a 3rd and 5.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Here is 3rd and 5. Faking the give, Darnold. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards.
Well, partner, I would say just avoid play action, but that's not just been the problem. This defense, they've been getting pressure on all types of pass plays and really piling up the sacks in this contest.
And here's Ryan Wright now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Call that a 45-yard punt, just 2 yards there on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. Now, this game has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. He'll start with a handoff to Dobbins. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. The free safety roaming all the way up to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
How about his ability to trust his eyes and figure out it was not a pass play and go fast towards the line of scrimmage in order to make that tackle.
3rd quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10. They'll go again with Dobbins. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
3rd down and 6. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big one there on 3rd down. They hit for 30 yards.
He just had the feeling that sooner or later someone was going to come up with that one play. Neither team has really done a whole lot offensively, but here's one that pays off to the tune of big yardage, and it's one that could maybe get this group in gear.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 47. A give up the middle to Dobbins. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Now Dobbins again on 2nd down. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety, being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 18 big yards on that one, and a Charger first. So the scoring dried up here in the 3rd. Nothing that quarter for either side. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. 7-7 is our score. Pretty even matchup so far as we start quarter number 4. In motion goes the tight end. They'll try the air now with Herbert. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. 23 yards, the final tally.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. Herbert. He's got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. Lad McConkey from 4 yards out. And the Chargers have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead here in the 4th. An out route there for the score, a quick out route there for the score.
Yeah, you're not really surveying the defense on this one. You're just counting on timing, making this play happen. 1-2, ball's out of his hands, knows where he's going, just puts it to the outside. Touchdown.
Extra point up and good by Dicker. And that makes the score 14-7. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it ends with the Chargers getting into the end zone. After the Dicker field goal, he's back out, ready to send it away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Vikings head out to take over once again. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the 4th quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive. Joey Bosa, so strong, able to fight his way in there to make the play.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you come around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. Back to throw, Darnold. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Now a draw play. This is Jones. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense is pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame whooping has turned into results.
And here's Ryan Wright now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. That'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And that will come the offense as they take over. Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. And a really good show of force there as he gets through for 4 tough yards.
Good push from the offensive line, and they've done well so far to build this lead. Now, they've got to get things to the finish line. And that's a solid pickup there to begin the drive.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Another run here with Dobbins. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. just a yard up to the 39.
And this is the worry, because sometimes you get a little too predictable in spots like this. You know you're going to run the ball, but they know you're going to run the ball as well. And now you look up and you're staring at an important third down.
The Chargers on third down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's got a first down as he's going to be taken down. But a very nice pickup there just in front of the 2-minute warning. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's 2nd down. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Dobbins running out of the gun.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Eighth play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. Herbert. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And even though he gets out of bounds to stop the clock, it's not going to matter. That 1st down going to be enough to write a finish to this one. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this 4th quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
Victory formation time for the Chargers. They take a knee. Herbert to a knee, and that should just about write it into this one.
I don't know about you, partner, but watching them take the knee there and finish this one off, I feel like I'm going to be sore tomorrow. This was one bruising affair. Low scoring, but my kind of football.
Not a work of art, but maybe in your world, a little bit of a work of art. You like the defensive side.
I thought it was pretty. I can't help myself. I thought it was pretty.
And it ends in a kneel down as the clock rolls down to zeros. Well, you really can't ask for much more than what we just had here. Not only a close game that went down to the wire, Charles, but a clean one, too. No turnovers in this contest.
And I think you're exactly right about that. To me, this is just a pair of offenses trying to find the slightest bit of separation from each other. And they were both hoping that the other side would make the big mistake first. But today, neither side made that mistake. And what we got, a very entertaining game throughout.
So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.